Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to another episode of the MMO Sleep playlist. I started a little hot there, so excuse me. We're supposed to be silent. We're supposed to be calm. You know, little sultry, if you will, on this playlist, which I will try to do today. I do feel very awake and active, though. I will tell you, it is about 9 a.m. in the morning, and I just woke up, so I'm getting active. I haven't even had too much of my coffee yet. It's too hot. It's too hot to drink, so I'm sipping slow. I'm moving slow, and today we are going to move slow through this topic. Over here we have Frost, and I believe I'm going to switch over and do a little bit of the Twilight on this character as well. A little bit of roster theme too, but nevertheless, I hope you enjoy the gameplay. It's just gonna be random grinding stuff. And today, our topics of discussion will be the general act of proving yourself. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that, it's not like you shouldn't try, but you shouldn't try to show that you're trying. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And we'll get into this as we go on. But yeah, I got the Frost cosplay along with Ateru and our wonderful newscaster, Ember Paradox, who loves to talk about the horrible things going on in today's age, as I like to do as well. You know, we kind of got a mix of everything here. We have the funny, goofy, silly, goody streamer. We have the family-friendly, silly gameplay streamer, with Ateru. And then we have the very much not family-friendly newscasting, demon lady telling us about all the horrible things that are going on in the world. It's a good little mix here, of cosplayers. I will certainly link them all in the description here below and all that wonderful stuff. Mm. But yes, guys, in general, oh, I love that phrase, don't I? You guys know it. You guys know I love the generals, the captains. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing here. We're doing the weekly too. Yeah, so um have fun watching me absolutely annihilate these bosses in 5 seconds. Get a couple of good experience on my dragon mage. But guys, the proving act, the act of trying to show that you are the best, the guarding of your, I don't know, I guess your pride, in the end will cause you to lose your entire, masculine energy, your entire pride in the first place. It's so funny how that works, right? How that works, right? It's like you try to prove yourself that you're so amazing and you're so awesome, and in trying to prove that you're so amazing and so awesome, you and then don't prove that you're so amazing and so awesome. And like I said slightly in the intro here, that does not mean we don't try. That does not mean we don't do what we need to do, but it sucks. It doesn't make sense, but you kind of have to just leave it in the background. It kind of has to not be important. You kind of just have to do the work and hope that nobody sees it. But my problem, to a certain extent, is like actively trying to stop people from acknowledging me. Instead of letting the eventual flowers come to me when they will. I do tend to actively reject them, even when they seem genuine, even when they seem, you know, heartfelt, heaven sent, all that good stuff. I don't trust it just because of my experiences. It's a funny thing, this life thing, because people can love you one day and then wake up the next day and hate your fucking guts. And I've experienced things quite similar to that, which is why I just, I take it lightly, and I don't like to take it at all. I don't like the fact that, whenever I'm watching my favorite streamer, or a very very nice, comfortable, live show, and then somebody says hi to me, I get all butterflies in my stomach, and I feel like, oh man, I'm on top of the world. I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling because I know, literally, 5 seconds later, they could say something that just smacks me down, and I feel like below the earth. I feel like the scum of the earth now. I would love just a nice balance of flow, a nice, even, you know, um, stagnation point in the middle there. You know, that's the goal, I suppose. But in life, you really can't stop the ebbs and flows. You know, it's you're gonna have high points, you're gonna have low points. The thing is to just not crash out during the low points and wait for the high points and not get too, you know, manic and feel like you're on top of the world on your high points and make a decision that you don't really agree with. And the hardest thing is making those decisions right in the middle points, because in the middle points you feel like, you know, I feel like I don't feel like doing anything. You know, I don't want to change shit. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. And the thing is, if you want to move on in life, if you want to progress, decisions have to be made. But I would not recommend making them in the low points, certainly. And I wouldn't recommend making them at the high points either, necessarily. Now, sometimes when you make them at the high points, they are good decisions, right? I will admit that. But at the same time, that manic energy that you have at the high points can lie to you. It can lie to you. And this is why we can't prove the stuff, okay? If you prove it, you know, if you're at this high point and you're like, I'm at the super high point, let me do this crazy thing to prove it. And then, you know, it can all backfire. You can bring yourself to the low point even faster. So it's like, it's something to think about, but definitely not something to dwell on, you know? You just have to realize and openly and honestly say in the moment that it's not going to be forever. Nothing is, you know. And one of my amazing new internet friends, you know, because we started to make internet friends. I know it's scary. It's very scary. But Galliade Gaming, go subscribe to him. We might do a little cosplay over there if he has a VTuber model or a PNG tuber or something like that. Very cool icon, but I'm not sure. I haven't tuned into too many streams yet. I gotta get on my watch horse, my support horse. But a very good phrase that I adhere to now is that if it doesn't affect you, if it's not going to affect you in 5 years, you know, then don't spend more than 5 minutes on it. You know, it's just like, it's easy, right? It's just relax, flow through it. And you really do have to think in long terms. I've been telling this to so many people, man, but you have to think, you have to play the long game with this internet stuff. You really do. If it's not natural for you to do right now in this moment, then give it up. Give it up and play the long game, because that's what's really going to help us survive, help us get through this horrible, horrible internet age of fakeness, of inauthentic growth, of deceit, deceiving, all this stuff. Yeah, there's only one way through it, and that's through the fire of just staying in the game. You know, not necessarily winning all the time, not necessarily, you know, getting the responses that we want. And that's the thing, guys. When you're trying to prove something, I feel like you're trying to get a certain response or something, or like a certain reaction from someone, or a certain, you know, level of respect or love. And not only do you not really know what you want, but once you get it, you're not really gonna like it as much because you had to do so much to get it, you know? And so that's why I say you really got to lock in on what you want. You really got to understand your identity in itself before you even get to the state of trying to prove things. You know, like what is it that we're really aiming for here in the first place? You know, what is it that we're really going towards? You know, and once you know that, once again, you don't need to prove it. You don't need to get in your bag and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be this, so you have to respect my grind or whatever. You know, you don't need to do that. It's wholly unnecessary. What you need to do is take the actions and the steps and have the faith that it's going to work out eventually. But yeah, it's quite sad how a lot of people get trapped in these mazes of thought, thinking that they, you know, really want this sort of like internet hug from a stranger, if you will. You know, but and I'm not exempt to this as well, guys. I make these videos to talk to myself. I know people watch them now, which is weird to me, but I really do make these videos to talk to myself, and this is sort of like a warning sign to me, you know, because I have been in that era where I've just like I'm right in the middle, and I want people to realize and just bring me up, catapult me up, you know, like just accept me So I can talk to somebody, I can have a friend to actively pull myself up, and I pull them up. But this is literally what I'm doing now. Just, I don't even want to say it's behind the scenes, you know? It's kind of in the forefront of the scenes at this point. But yeah, I like that idea. Um, but I don't need to constantly prove that it's happening or prove that this thing is going. I just have to trust that it's there, that it already is there, that it's a part of my identity. That, you know, making these cosplays, you know, and making these songs with these content creators, it's like I don't need to talk to Denzel Curry to know that he respects me. I don't need to talk to Ember to know that she respects me. I don't need to talk to Ateru to know that the community there is good and that they love just having anyone there to chill out and hang out and really absorb the good vibes that she has. I don't need any of that. And that's what you need to sit in within yourself, you know? You got to sit in the fact that the love is there, you know? That the vibes are right and that they will be right. Mm. Whether you get that reaction or not, you know? And it's like, for me specifically, I really don't know what I was like looking for reaction wise. And you may realize this too. It's like you're striving so hard to get this acknowledgement or this look or this, you know, this whatever, but you don't really know what you want. You just kind of want them to like say something to you. Say something. I don't know. You know, like you don't even know what the fuck is going on really. And you just want clarity, you know? Oh, good old. See, I love saying that because of the translation tools. They're called Dragon Quest Clarity, Dragon Quest 10 Clarity. So I love saying that because it's like that's what a lot of this playthrough is about. It's learning things, it's understanding things. Let me take a sip of this coffee. Ooh, that is still too hot. That is still too hot for me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Burnt my lip a little bit. All right. We'll stick to the smoothie. Stick to the smoothie for now. Mm. Got it in the got it in the tumbler over here. Um, but you have to recognize your strength is not going to come from other people, you know? As much as we would love the good energy and the good vibes that we're gonna get when we get this acknowledgement, it's fleeting, you know? And like I said, once you get it, you're going to crave more, or you're going to be like, that wasn't even what I wanted, you know, which is going to make you crave more, essentially. So it's a downward slope. You should be thankful that these people are actively ignoring you, you know, because I have power. I scare people. I notice that, you know, and if you have a content creation journey, you know, you're actively referencing things and people, and you're actively growing and understanding yourself, then you may scare people too. Of course, not a lot of people, not a lot of people do this kind of thing that I'm doing. I recognize that, which is also probably part of the fear tactics that I'm portraying here, which I don't really love about myself, but it is something that I just have to, you know, vibe and ease into. It's okay, you know? It's okay to be a scary dairy Larry, you know? A scary dairy Larry. It's okay, you know? A lot of things are gonna pop in weird ways, and you just kind of gotta accept them. You just kind of gotta be like, it's okay, man. I'm not meant for everybody, and even for the people I'm meant for, it's gonna take a while for them to warm up to me. Just like it takes me a while to warm up to other people, and that's got to be something that you're okay with. In the end, you can't, you know, fast track yourself into somebody's life just by proving and posturing as if you are the safe choice or the good and wise, conscientious friend of a friend or something. You can't do that, you know? It's got to be authentic in the ways that you portray yourself. Um, and the only real way to make that authentic is to just not worry about other people, sadly enough, you know? There's really no other way to get in your bag of, I suppose, you know, being friendly, a friendly bag. Yeah, get in your bag of, I don't know, connection, your connection bag, right? There's no other real way to do it besides just relaxing and letting people flow in where they can. Because the last thing I want to do is rule by fear. And that's what happens when you try to move before the cake is ready, before the bakery has been shakeried. That was so dumb. Oh my god, that was so dumb. I don't know why I said that. Holy shit, the bakery has been shakeried? Oh my goodness. What is going on here? Truly and honestly, what is going on here? But guys, you notice that I've just been flowing through it. I don't do multiple takes on these videos. Just kind of turn the camera on and let go. And that's kind of why, I decided to make this one, because it's like I don't try to prove on here, but then I go out into the internet, into other people's streams, and I feel like I need to prove things. I feel like the connection needs to be made, because I am trying to set an example. I will admit that I am trying to set an example of, how to truly grow and elevate on the internet, because, and I think I'm going to start saying this on every episode now, just because I feel like it's going to happen, I probably wouldn't even say it on every episode, but I'll say it, whenever it comes up, organically, because I have been kind of trying to avoid saying this a little bit, just because I don't want to get the backlash from it. I don't want to get like the annoying people coming in and just making fun of me for something like this, because I know it is going to happen, but I can't really care about that at this point. So I know what my path is. I know where I'm going. I know what is going to happen to me just from making these stupid internet videos, because although I have nerfed myself with this game and these VTubers and these things that generally are not popular, I'm still gaining traction. I am still gaining life force from everybody and everything around me. And thus, I know my destiny is to become the greatest entertainer of all time. I know it. You know it. We can feel it, right? It's not something that, I take lightly. It's something that's very important to me. And I feel like a lot of things in life are just leading up to that. So, yeah, whatever I do, I know it's going to be incredibly entertaining. I know it's going to be the greatest thing you've ever seen, and so I'm not going to shy away from my destiny anymore. I'm not gonna, but not gonna try and prove it as well, which is why, like I said, I just do the one take. I'm on here one time and one time only. For propane and propane accessories. Of course, if the video like messes up, or if I record it the wrong way, then I'll retake it, right? But it seems like the recording's going well now. It's just, if I get mad at some stupid shit I say, I could delete it, but I'm not going to. Even though, in my opinion, this gonna sound so bad. In my opinion, everything I say is stupid, which is probably why you like it, because I don't try to be a smartsy fartsy partsy artsy lartsy bitch. Um, I just be off the dome, baby. I just be off the dome, and I think people enjoy that. I think people actively have a really good eye for the things that come from the heart, and this does. It truly does. I'm a very heartful person. I like to attack things from the heart. Oh, it seems we're doing the master quest here too. So I think this master quest, I just have to switch to item master and fight Barbados, which is pretty easy. We have a pretty good item master on this character, so we'll handily defeat this one. No problem. Yeah, there we go. That's the one that we're doing. We got some other ones, but Barb's probably the easiest one to get done here. And yeah, it's something that really, like, when you have this huge goal, or when you have a goal in general, I'd say it's okay to set smaller goals. It's okay to set goals that you can reach in like a year, a couple days, whatever. But especially for the bigger, the huger goals, you gotta just have them in your heart. Stop trying to prove that you're gonna be there, and just know what your path is. Know what your pathing is going to be. Know where your soul is headed, and you don't need to get in there and show anybody anything, really. You just gotta embody it and show yourself that you can take it. And I say yourself, but it's really the God in us, the God in me, the God in you, that you're really proving things to. And of course, they don't really talk to you in the normal way that you talk to other people. They talk to you through actions. They talk to you through signs and signals. So that's how you should speak back. You should speak back with your actions. You should speak back with your signs or your signals or whatever. Um, this is not something that we really need to go too ham into or too hard into, proving that we belong or anything like that. You kind of just have to breathe in that good juju, that good vibes, that good juju being. It's quite sad how a lot of people miss this simple fact too. It's not even really hard to grasp, you know? It's like uh many times we think too hard about stuff, I think. You know? All in all, it's never really that serious. And you just have to keep moving forward. Keep taking that next step. The next step to the next step to the next step. Right? And of course, it's going to feel a lot harder than it actually is because of the friction that the world does to us, man. Because of the way everybody else, literally everybody else in the world elevates. It's not from them proving, it's from them deceiving and acting like, you know, what they haven't done is what they have done, essentially. So that's not real proving. When I say, you know, you guys are proving, I say you're actually out here doing the work. You know, you're actually out here trying really hard to authentically be the people that you're being. But how people actually succeed and win, you know, really quickly, at least, is not that way. It's through deceit and deception, and you know, if it's not that, then it's a lot of luck. You know, and you can't rely on luck. Luck is, it's just being prepared, essentially. Because the opportunities arrive for everyone, but if you're not prepared, then, you know, can't really do shit, right? But the main thing about any kind of luck or any kind of skill or value that we're going to have here is understanding that you can't really control anything, and if you try to, it's going to leave you in a wider deficit than if you just let things flow, let things go, let things show that they are how they are, you know, right before your very eyes. It's gonna just help you understand that the world's not evil, it's just different now than it used to be. You know, you used to just be able to do some hard work, you know, put your nose to the grindstone, get the shit done, and then you would be guaranteed a good life. But that's just not the way things are anymore. That's just not the way life ebbs and flows anymore. And if we want to navigate through this new world, this new atmosphere that we're stuck in, we kind of have to relax into the fact that, you know, if some for some reason it just never comes to us, you know, then proving ourselves and showing people that we're great will also not do it. That won't do the trick, you know, because it might never come to you. I'm be real, you know, I could have this crazy dream of being the greatest entertainer of all time. Could never happen. I am completely fine with that reality because this is work that I just honestly like doing. Not just the gaming or the making music or the dancing, you know, just the all of it. You know, I like walking, I like my exercise, I like this whole routine that we have, and I could change it and I would still love it because I find love in everything. Truly and honestly, you know, I could stop doing everything I'm doing and still find the love. But that's just me. I don't know how I was set up with this with this build. You know, I don't know how this Fire Emblem character came to be, but you are witnessing a true SSSR at work, my friends. This has been Frost, chilling, hanging out with us. We love her. We appreciate her. I hope you guys have a good whatever day I decide to upload this on. And we will see you for the next one, the next MMO Sleep, where we will MMO Sleep, MMO Peep, MMO Bo Peep on the sleep. Okay, I'm being dumb. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. All right, bye.
know you study fuck